all probably seen this this lady standing up there in your club, prompting you to upgrade. And some of you have probably been a little bit nervous about accidentally clicking it, but you don't have to be. Everything with the upgrade is safe, secure, it's easy. And we're going to go over each one of these points in a slide coming up, but there's no chance for data loss. We're going to talk about what will be there once you upgrade, what will not be there once you upgrade, and then accessing that content, which we're calling legacy content, that isn't showing there. So everything's going to be there. You know, there's you know some features that don't carry over one-to-one. There may be some learning that has to be done, but there's no chance you're going to lose any data, especially the important stuff, your members, your memberships, your pricing, your levels, all of that kind of stuff is going to come over easy cheesy. And I don't even like saying come over because it's actually not going anywhere. And that's what we're going to look at here. So this is going to be, I want to talk a little bit about the technical aspect of it, but I don't want to talk in technical terms. So I'm trying to make this pretty high level. I think it's easy. I think it's easy to look at and get. So right now, if we imagine this, this database here is all of your club data, right? All of the club data in the system is we'd be sitting in these various database tables, like your members and your memberships and how they're related, and tying to the levels with the pricing and the expiration date, right? All of this complexity in there. But on the right, like this is really what we're looking at. Things like your club information, logo, URLs, memberships, old and new, all of your levels and pricing, right? This stuff is all just kind of sitting there in the database. So this stuff is doing a good job. When we looked at this originally and we were talking about the new platform, we said, hey, these database tables, there's nothing wrong with them. They're really solid. They're doing the right thing. They've kind of stood the test of time. Let's not mess with it. Let's kind of leave a lot of that there where it is. So that's essentially what's happening. So something like, if you have John Doe who's a member and has been a member, for 10 years, and you have his whole history there, none of that's moving, none of that's going anywhere. That's going to be sitting in that same database table. So there's no chance that you're going to lose him. What we did instead was we said, okay, we want to add all of this stuff onto the club data. So we kind of drew this this bigger system around it. That's the membership organization. And what I'm trying to visualize here is that your club data is still there. We're just kind of adding this stuff around it so we can kind of interact with it better and do more with it. So if we want to grab John Doe, we know he's still there, but now there's going to be a layer on top of him that lets him interact with stuff like your email marketing V2. So you can get him into a contact list, and you can, now you can get him into, see him in a ticket event and kind of have all of that stuff there. So we have this like wrapper that's around it. And in essence, that's what the membership organization is. So on the right there, we're looking at that club data is all still there, right? It's still hanging out there doing what it's always done. But now on top of it, we have these things that are like generic website and a donation interface and a store interface. And these are things that, you guys never see, but I look at all of the time. And it just makes it possible for us now to do a whole lot more with all of that club data. So it works out nicely because nothing's moving. We're just kind of adding stuff in there. When you click that upgrade button, what's happening is we're looking at, we're taking your club and we're saying, okay, what are all of these things that we need to create in order to make this wrap fit in? So like we have here, we need a generic website. Let's create that for you automatically. Let's create some variables so now you can interact with the donations interface. Let's create some of this so you can interact with the store and use stuff in a warehouse and all that kind of stuff. So we just kind of hit the list of going down, and we're really creating things around the data. So at one point we were calling it a migration, and we realized, well, we're not migrating anything. Nothing's moving. It's truly an upgrade where your data is staying in one spot and we're adding, adding this world around it so that it can interact with everything else. So once you upgrade with that in mind, what will be there? And I put this screen on the right. This is what you're going to see when you click that upgrade button. So you're not going to just right away upgrade. You kind of get this warning first to make sure you want to come in and do it. But what will be there is all of that basic information. So your club information, your logo, URLs, any short URLs you were using, all of your members, all of your memberships, all of your levels, all of your pricing, all of your history. Any member number settings are going to come right through, and it'll know where you left off, because again, none of that's changing. Your club directors come over. If you have a custom waiver, that comes over. All of your payment account stuff and sales tax settings and transaction history, all of that comes over. So all of that core stuff, that will all be there front and center right away. All of the important stuff. You hit upgrade, you go right into one of those reports that we looked at. You're going to see everyone right there. What will not be there? So custom website content is a big one. That's anything that you set up in that wizard, or if you created custom menus, that will not be coming over automatically. Donation settings, so if you have donations enabled, that will not be coming over, but that's a simple one. You just have to go in and to donations and turn it on. That's really straightforward. Email marketing V1, so any of the email marketing in clubs will not be coming over, because that's all of the old stuff. So we're using email marketing V2 in there. So that's your settings, your templates, any custom lists, draft or sent emails will not be brought over. Any coupons you have and any store stuff you have, those won't be coming over. And non-director club access, this one I just want to point out because it's a little different. We have in clubs the ability to add access to the club for people that are non-directors, and they're kind of like older kind of custom settings for like the ability to edit a member or do very specific things. So those are not coming over just because they don't line up with the security stuff we do now. So all directors, anyone that's listed as a director, will come over 100%. Anyone that has those like kind of partial access will not come over. They'll have to be set up again. And those are the access for that is being built up. So right now it's only director and non-financial access, but more of that's going to be coming in. If you're not sure if something's going to come over or not, and it's important to your organization, email us and ask. It's better to ask than to upgrade and say, oh shoot, where is that feature that I always used? So please, don't be shy. Feel free to ask us. If you're not sure, the kind of rule of thumb is anything being updated to a new generic component will need to be set up again. So again, we're going from email marketing V1 to email marketing V2, the old donation engine to the new donation engine, old websites to website builder. So they don't match up, right? Then that's kind of why we're going through this, where we have to set things up again. So we want to bring it over to the new, but we're going to need to do some manual intervention there. Legacy content. So you can rest assured that none of that's lost. So your custom website content, your questions, donations, all of that, it's not going anywhere. You don't hit upgrade and we delete everything. It's there, it's staying there. You're going to see in your membership organization, if you upgrade, you'll see this menu item on the left for legacy content. That's going to be there for a while, at least through 2024 and into 2025. The idea is we want to have this there for you, so you can go in and you can click that legacy website content and copy and paste. Have two windows open and copy and paste it in. If you have custom questions, things like that, it'll be there, so you can copy and paste them and bring everything in and set things up the way you had it. You will not be able to save changes to your to those fields in the old club. In fact, the old club is really doesn't exist anymore. Like you'll notice once you click that upgrade button, My Clubs, it goes away, but you'll have a new item in your profile menu for My Membership Organizations, and you'll see it there. So it's no longer a club once you upgrade, it's a membership organization, but you can go back and access that stuff and bring it over. Don't feel rushed, especially if you're if you're upgrading sooner rather than later. You're going to have the most amount of time, so we won't get rid of things until we're sure that that no one's using it anymore and everyone's comfortable with what they have. If you do need help copying some of that data over, if you have a lot of stuff where you're not sure, especially with Website Builder and stuff, if you haven't used it before, if you watched a couple webinars and you're still confused, reach out to us. Contact your account manager or send an email to info@, and we'll be happy to help you get that set up or show you kind of how things should come over. That's not an issue. We don't want you to go at this alone. So hopefully that helps everyone kind of feel comfortable with the upgrade process. Again, you're truly upgrading. Your core information, your core data isn't going anywhere. You're going to come right over. You're going to have everything here. All of your core information is going to be there, and you're just going to have a few things to set up depending on what you're using in there.